So welcome to this fourth and final screencast on how to do repeated patterns in Scratch. So we're trying to arrive at a pattern that's got this kind of Islamic feel to it, because it's got that kind of kaleidoscopic repeated pattern to it. And we've had a look at one I did earlier, which was over there on that screen. And so I'm just going to give a few hints for those who need it or like it on how to do that. And one of the things we've worked out how to do in Scratch is to define our own blocks. We started by doing a very simple block here of setting a pen colour, and then we looked at a much more complicated one, which was draw a polygon, where we passed into that the number of sides. Now I asked you to do a polygon block where it wasn't just the number of sides, it was the side length as well. So you've got two inputs, the number of sides and the length of the side. So really it's how to do the next shape now. The next thing now is how do we create those kind of kaleidoscopic patterns. I'm just going to give a couple of hints on how to do that. Basically, if I do draw polygon and start off with say 4 sides, there's my square. So how would I do this? Well, if you think of that shape, that polygon, that just happens to be 4-sided this time because I told it to be, think of that as a petal on a flower. If you're going to draw a lovely kaleidoscopic sort of shape, you need to kind of repeat that in a circular fashion, going all the way around to create the flower, don't you? So think of each polygon as almost like a petal, and we're going to decide how many petals we have on our flower. Now, if we have 10 petals, we need to turn this little beetle who does our drawing. We need to turn him a tenth of a full turn, and then keep repeating drawing the square, don't we? So a tenth of a full turn would be 360 divided by 10, which is 36. So if we get him to turn 36 degrees and we draw the square again and same again, and then see what I'm doing each time, I'm just turning him in a little bit so he draws the square, and you can see the sort of draw polygons beginning to take shape, the whole sort of petal structure of a flower, if you like. Okay, and you can write I'm trying to not give it away here, but you can write a block that sort of does that for you. And this block could also be something that you pass inputs in, only this time you could probably pass in the number of sides, the length of the sides, and also the number of petals. So if I change the pen colour now, and I change the polygon to being, say, 3-sided, just triangular. I think I forgot the final turn, actually. We can do a pattern inside. Okay, and that's how you build up the patterns like the one I showed you previously, as you just keep doing things like this. Have fun. I hope that's enough of a hint, because I wanted to make the final part of this work a bit more challenging, a bit more independent.